What is good, you big greasy bastards? It's your boy Rico here, back at it again with yet another video. And Jesus Christ, it's been a while since I've made a normal video. But today I'm going to be doing a story time. But before we get into that, make sure you guys leave a big fat thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and if you guys could help make that happen, that would be very much appreciated. Now, you might be asking where I've been. I have had quite a few hiccups in my road, if you will. So, my videos might be a little bit few and far in between, but let's not worry about that for right now. Let's get into the story, and this story is actually one of the reasons why I actually got into this whole pickle. So I don't necessarily have a driver's license, and yeah, I got caught driving while suspended, basically. So basically, I was driving around the block to make sure that my power steering worked, because I had recently just put new power steering into my car, a bunch of new parts in, and I wanted to make sure that I put it in properly. Because I did things with the transmission, and I did things with the, with all of that. So I went around the block, and of course, as soon as I get to the end of the block and turn right, what do I see? A cop. And one of my headlights was out, unfortunately. I have since got it replaced because he kind of told me that it was broken. But he saw that my headlight was out, and he stops in the middle of the road. Dead stop. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And the car wasn't plated either. The car had no registration. But where I live, there's 1,000 people. So when you're driving around at 3:30 in the morning, when you're done all your stuff, there's not a whole lot of people out, except for the police officers. So basically what ended up happening was, he stops, and I'm like, oh fuck, I already know what's happening. So I pull right over, I turn right, go kind of the opposite direction from him, and I pull straight in front of somebody's house. Cop pulls in behind me, and I made the dumb mistake of kind of just getting out, because I didn't really want to smoke in my car. As soon, my habit is always sparking a cigarette every single time I get pulled over, because I have kind of just anxiety with things like that. So basically what ended up happening was he didn't get mad, because luckily he knows me. I pumped his gas, he recognized me and all that. He doesn't know me from previous crimes. He actually, the way he knew me and the way he let me off like decently, we'll get to that later, was from him basically recognizing me from pumping his gas from when I worked at a gas station. So what ended up happening was I get out of the car and have a smoke, and you never get out of the car when a cop pulls you over. That's one thing you don't do, because they might think that you're up to something bad, or it might be not a safe place to do it. Lots of cops are on edge. Luckily around here they're not so much. But he gets out of his car and he's like, good afternoon, or good evening, how are you doing, and all that bullshit. I already knew what was going on. I was kind of having a bit of an anxiety attack, so I was like, yeah, I don't have a license or a registration for my vehicle. I was driving around the block for doing this. And, yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that he recognized me, he would have, like, I would have saved probably $2,000 worth of fines, right? Unfortunately, I had missed court for, like, what I got suspended for, and I'm not really going to get into specifics about that, because it's kind of a private matter, you know? I had missed court for that, so I had a warrant out for my arrest. So he, luckily had something to do as well. He didn't want to bring me to the station, so he just made me a new court date, right? That's another thing. Never run from the police. Because that could have... If it was a delinquent that he would have pulled over, something like driving while suspended, could have and you could have gotten let off real easy. Could have went from that to fleeing, this, that, driving laws, driving recklessly, all that bullshit, And that's not something that nobody should have to deal with, right? Not the police, not the general public, and not you. So never run from the police and never do dumb acts, right? This is a lesson to all you guys. Learn from my mistakes. And I have some stories from the past few months that I'd like to share on this channel. This is just one of them, but the officer let me off. He just adjusted my court date and brought me to my house. My car was sitting there and I had to push it the next day. It was going to get impounded, but luckily, me and my brother pushed it before that happened. And that was that. But anyways, hope you enjoyed, guys. Leave a big fat thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Follow my... Well, you can't follow my Twitter anymore because that shit got suspended. So, follow my other YouTube account, Rico the Sad Boy. Follow my Instagram, my Snapchat, and all that bullshit. Anyways, I'm out, boys. Deuces.